Tammy Johnson is a performer for both adults and children. She's a singer, a stage and television actor, a radio host, and a teacher. She's also the winner of the American Music Awards, a Dora Mavor Moore nominee for her work in theater, as well as New York City Children's Television Award nominee. Tammy Johnson.
I was thinking as I'm looking around here and I'm, catching the vibe, and I'm thinking I was 16 and in the Mississauga cast of Hair, and we were at the Royal Alex, and that's over 40 years ago. Oh Lord, get me a chair, somebody. And over 40 years ago, they put out a bench warrant for all the members of the Toronto Hair cast because we were subversives. We were deviates. So they were allowed to, we were told by our lawyers, the company lawyers, to never walk by yourself on the streets of Toronto. Because when you get arrested or pulled into the car, you need to have one person who can run for hell. This was Toronto. I was doing Let the Sunshine, you know what I'm saying to you. They broke into my apartment and they were in the freezer opening up my frozen peas to make sure, I don't know what, I was freezing them properly. I never keep pot in my freezer. It gets mold. Everybody knows that. They're so crazy. So crazy. And then there I was, not a year later, being very she-she, boo-she, foo-she, vanilla cream-ish, whatever, at Bloor End University having a lunch with somebody who was paying. And all of a sudden, the room started to empty. And I didn't notice it at first because I was wearing my, Foster Grants, and I was really out of my mind, and I was trying to make sure that the spoon went from the bowl to my mouth as opposed to my chin or my cheek or my chest. And I did note that, and then the next thing I know, I'm surrounded by men in blue. Angela Davies from the Black Panthers had been spotted in Canada. I was a black female with an afro and glasses. I must be Angela Davies in Canada. So they whisk off the man who was paying the check, which was really a drag. And I'm left there, and all I can think of is, I hope I don't have a roach in my bag, because it's bad enough to be arrested for somebody else with nappy hair, but then to be carted away because I had a leftover, end of a roach of an end of a, on a cliff.
Excuse me?
So I'm sort of saddened to see what happened
in front of me.
The few weeks ago in Toronto. The thing that scared me the most was when they were marching forward with that all in black and that thump like this, and they could not give up a solid beat. And that was really scary to me because that means they have no sense of rhythm. That's not the Toronto I would care to love. The Toronto I would care to love would probably elect this guy for mayor because, he knows good weed. I think that that's where we are right now. I think that everybody needs to just step back, exhale on the I got rhythm, I got music, I got my people. So anyway, I rewrote the lyrics to Oh Canada, because I'm an American who became a Canadian. Okay, I was Swiss, it's a long story. But anyway, I'm a Jewish, black, native Canadian. American, born in Switzerland. I'm a Canadian, I'm a North American. And so it really aggravates me when I see us losing things that we have, for whatever reasons, chosen to not find so important. You know what I'm saying? When you don't vote because you say, what difference does it make? When you don't think about it's an advertising world. What did McLuhan say? Yeah, just say it inside your head. I don't need to say it. So whatever he said, hey. Then, if that is the message, don't y'all think you've been being led astray? Think globally, work locally, whatever. Like when your words get co-opted, they mean nothing. They mean nothing. So what we need to do now is think right here, right now. Right, you with the beautiful striped umbrella, you with the flag. We need to think neighborhood. Because once our words were co-opted, they cease to have our meaning. And they have some other HST, harmonized, freaking my ass, it's not harmonized taxing. We need to think of your person on the other side of your shoulder. That is how we think about people on the other side of the world. If you don't have a face, it means nothing. When your words are co-opted and twisted to become a GAP ad, it loses its relevancy. When the world turns into a big Hallmark moment, our words lose their relevancy. We must constantly strive to reclaim not just our country, but our vocabulary. We suffer under the delusion of thinking that our words mean something that they do not. Our words are in collusion with colloquialism, inherent racism that transforms into all of us or the others. Do you understand? We will never be they. We will always be the others. And when you look at the others, look at us as others. Therefore, as others, we need to reclaim language. Reclaim it and steak on it. And I'd like my steak medium rare. I am not a veggie, but I tip my fro to those of you who are in leather shoes. So here's my... Oh, Canada, they've done sold you downstream. Broken social promises again, again, and again. With a saddening, maddening hearts, we watch them burn. Our civil liberties dividing us all. Okay, so then I made a mistake, right? Because I was going, so what song am I singing? Because sometimes you think, am I singing the national anthem up in there somehow? It sells all those football games, those sports games that just keep going and going, and now I don't even know what season it is. And when I don't know what season it is, I feel less Canadian, because Canada has great seasons. And when you take away my seasons, I start feeling less of who I am. It's the little things. Your rights, your things are eroded slowly, slowly. They creep into your refrigerator until you open it up and all that's there is Diet Coke from China. Oh, Canada, they've done sold you downstream. Broken social promises again, again, and again. With saddening hearts, we watch them burn. Our civil liberties divide us all by creed, by job. We fight, they win, sad but true. But we must bless this land to keep it glorious and free. Oh, Canada, fair wages for us all. Oh, Canada, our voices will be heard, because we will rise up, feel your power, rise up, feel your strength, rise up, take that power, rise up. It's in your feet as you march along to the next elections that are coming out. Ask them for real questions, get some for real answers, because as the dead white man once said, I know, who was that latest dead white man? This is a long time ago, dead white man once said, if you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. Take responsibility for our actions. Move forward on a positive pace, because as long as they keep us fighting amongst ourselves, we fail, they friggin' rise. We will fail, they will friggin' rise. So stop fighting amongst ourselves. That is a waste of our time and energy. We need to fight together towards a creative and common good. Because I believe we got the power. We got the power. Because this land is your land. This land is my land. This land ain't their land. This land is our land. This land is my land. This land is your land. This land is our land. This land does not belong to bricks and mortar and words that were written in such a heinous, hateful fashion so many freaking decades ago. They have no merit, no relevancy. The time now is to create fresh. Carve out a new freaking door. When you're painted into a corner, make a new door. Who got a saw? Who got a hammer? Cut a new door and walk on through. Dance on through to the other side. Dance on through to the other side. Dance on through to the other side, because we're Canadians and we rock that way. Thank you very much. Stay positive. Stay powerful.
Mobile broadcast news.